Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today and thank you for your support. Today I wanted to talk about a very special release from Impex, and this is Heifetz The Lark, a reissue of a mono recording from 1957, done with the most exquisite care and attention to detail I've seen in a long time. And I want to approach this discussion from the viewpoint of supporting releases such as this. It would have been so easy for Impex to lean on one of the old warhorses from the living stereo era, the ones that all audiophiles already have, and give us another incarnation of the same recording over and over again. Those recordings are justly famous for the living stereo sound. However, there's more to classical music than these these audiophile labels and the stereo era, and I think this is a very inspired choice for a reissue. And when you realize the care that went into this, and the time and the planning and every aspect is carefully executed, you will realize that this is the kind of effort that deserves the classical vinyl community's support. And I hope that you will send a signal to Impex that this is the kind of thing we would like. Something fresh, something new, done to the level of perfection that Impex is capable of. And this really falls into that camp. This is LM2074. It was released right before the living stereo era. It features Heifetz at the height of his powers in a recital done in 3 different times, but over the 50s. So I think one is 1950 and the others are a little bit later. This record was compiled and released in 1957. There are a scant few reissues of this record, so it's a very good choice for Impex to focus on this one. RCA themselves released it every time they did a label change. So there are Plum label originals, there are Shaded Dogs, there are the White Dog label, there is the No Dog label, the Small Dog label, and so on. It just went on and on. But there's about 8 small reissues of this album. Not a lot out there, really. And to get something done like this, to this level, is a godsend. I looked at this when I opened it and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I've stepped back in time. And things are even better than they were then. I've seen this record over the years a couple times, languishing in a bin, getting ignored, looking a little tired and frayed. Not this. This looks amazing. Better than the original pressing ever looked. The original was mono. Was matte. Mono. Yeah, the original was mono too. The original was matte. This has a nice sheen to the front, slick, that's pasted on in this reverse tip-on jacket. Amazing. Amazing. My heart just leapt when I saw this. I was like, oh, what an inspired choice for release. And even though I wasn't familiar with these pieces, I did love Heifetz from the living stereo recordings that I had, and I was willing to explore this with an open mind. I set my phono preamp to mono and put it on, and I was transported to that time period and just loved the variety of music on here, particularly the opening track. The opening track is Vitali's Chaconne, and I was amazed at hearing Heifetz placed against an organ accompaniment. I had never heard those two instruments contrasted before, and I was won over from the first track. It's beautiful. Just, my jaw was on the floor at first. Once I got over the shock of hearing how amazing this came out, I was like, oh, the performance is amazing. Heifetz is at the height of his very long career. He was a child prodigy. I think he was in his 50s here and moving into his 60s in the living stereo era. Amazing technical mastery. Just wonderful. Otherworldly, really. It's amazing that anyone could play these pieces with such seeming ease, but you know, it's just awesome to hear someone with that kind of technical proficiency throw these off like he's been playing them all his life. And actually the chaconne he has been playing all his life. I think he debuted with it at a very tender young age. So to hear this in this kind of quality is a godsend. The second track on the first side was The Lark, Castelnuovo Tedesco's The Lark. That has piano accompaniment. Again, wonderful performance, excellent sound, mono from 1957 or so, and it really sounds beautiful. The second side is taken up completely with Fauré's Sonata with Brooke Smith on accompaniment on piano. That is amazing as well. All three pieces, high quality. The pressing is immaculate. RTI did a beautiful job on the pressing. The transfer, the tape chosen, the care that went into this, the jacket, all of these things deserve our support and encouragement, because these kind of events are few and far between. If everyone rallies behind a release like this, we will see more of them. And I would love to see more of this from Impex. I think they did a superb job on this. Just amazing. Knock it out of the park job. And I'm so delighted to have this in my collection. Thank you so much to Impex for producing this beautiful reissue. Let me know what you think in the comments. Until next time, I'm Scott for The Pressing Matters. Have a great day.